Welcome everyone to HFN, also known as HueFin News. Today is September the 13th, 2020, and we're going to do a video on AMD and actually talk about some things why this particular stock is a sell. There's some things on this chart that we need to talk about to show you why the trap is giving us that same type of feeling. Now, if this is your first time watching a video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video because it's our premise to continually show you all the forecasts as to where we expect the market to go before the market actually gets there. This is how you're able to maintain profitability and get profit out the market. We need to be there before price gets there in order to grab profits out. That's simple. So make sure you follow us, join our community on our own website, HueFinancial.com as well. So last time we did our video in AMD was back on July the 23rd. And you guys can see the performance of the trap, of what he did against our forecast. So you guys can see, we told you that the market in AMD was strong and that we were going to look for the market to go higher in price. And that is what occurred. Plain and simple. So, if anything, 9.25% profit taken out from the trap and given back to us. That simple. Or let's say you want to get out right now. The market was open. 23.44% profitability. That's simple. You get in, get out, take the profit, and find the next opportunity. For those who tell you to invest for the long term, 4 years, 5 years, 15 years, 20 years, that is ridiculous. Because from the 23rd of July all the way to today's date, 24%. Now, in the next 5 years, tell me what the price is going to be in 25 years for AMD. Or in 5 years, where will the price be? That's ridiculous. The market is simply a place of business, a place to where you come in, grab your product, and you sell it at a profit, and then you go. You don't sit in no store for no 5 years. It's called a market for a reason. It is where buyers and sellers come and conduct business. You don't sit in no market for no 5 years. That's like anybody standing or sitting in a retail store for 5 years. That's ridiculous. This is where the trap continues to push that narrative to confuse you. So, at least 9.25% or 23.44. That's it. So let's get rid of it. Now we need to talk about what we're seeing into the market of why AMD is giving us a sell. And this is it. So first thing, our horizontal line. Where is the market currently being traded at? All the way up there around $76, $77. So this line here around 58 is serving no purpose. Let's get rid of it. Now we're going to simply move it to where the market is holding some support at, right? So it's around $76, give or take a couple of pennies, but this is where it's at. All right. So this is our new support area. Now, just looking at this alone from a weekly perspective, you should already know how the trap is feeling. Is he feeling bullish? If you said no, you're right. He's not. There's still some weakness here in AMD. This is the market right now. In AMD is nothing but weakness. And this is the reason. First, the spread from 2 weeks ago, from the 31st of August, tells you that some changes were occurring into the market. Follow on from that, the week of September the 8th, AMD, the trap, he sold all the way up there towards $82.50, and then we close on the low. Bam, that tells you right there that AMD is weak, that the market trap is not looking to pursue higher price at this particular moment. And then just for us to see the market in AMD close right there on the support area, is another indication that we have some more weakness to go through in AMD. Now, daily time frame. Look at this. You got some people out there that's going to tell you about this gap right here. And for the most part, they always try to say that the market has to come in and fill in gaps. That's the gap right there. Right here is the gap. So can the market in AMD come and try to fill it? Because there wasn't no business prices going on into the market in AMD at that level. Meaning that there wasn't no transactions of prices between buyers and sellers between $71.80 all the way back up to $74. We need to fill that. We need to have a market in this particular location. So, very plausible. So many people are going to look for that market, for the trap to come to this particular gap right here. You can look for that already. Okay. Take a look at AMD on the monthly. This is even worse. For AMD to look the way that it looks right now for the month of September. No doubts about it, the run up in AMD was fantastic. But as in every run up, as in every victory, you have to come back down eventually. And even though we have 17 days left before this monthly price bar ends, it's scary in the sense that that strength is actually being eliminated in AMD. And there's nowhere from July that the market from a monthly perspective can see support except at $60. Keep that in mind too going forward. Now, from the weekly perspective, we're seeing weakness. We're going to play the weakness into the market. And from the daily, is how we're going to place the forecast. Because the daily, we can see where the gap is. And to fill that gap, that's about another 5 3/4% market movement to the downside in AMD. Okay. And looking at the market on the weekly, we can see where restriction is. So the market restriction is going to be around $82 in AMD. But again, we're going to TP this market in AMD right there on the gap. And that's about 5.59%. But we're going to extend it down just a little bit lower because we can actually see this market go a little bit lower. Okay. So let's go ahead and play this forecast out, see what the trap's going to do against it. We're looking for some weakness to come through. We got our TP in the market around $72. All right, we'll play this on the daily. So let's bring this over. Ultimately, it could come all the way back down to 70. All right, so this is our forecast. Now we sit back and let the trap handle his business. We're trying to anticipate where he's going to go. And for you, where do you anticipate him moving? Are we going to go higher? We're going to go lower? Tell us. Leave us a comment in the comment section. We want to know your forecast and your expectations for AMD. Now make sure you maintain a profitability. And again, don't make it complicated.